This is 4 minutes for Doom Eternal. Ready? In 2016, id Software and Bethesda rebooted the Doom franchise and exploded onto the scene with a highly praised, widely loved FPS experience. It basically put Doom Guy back in the mainstream and was wholly different from the other shooters coming out. Now, after some extra months of dev time, the direct follow-up Doom Eternal is here to grace our gaming consoles with another excellent game. Just for reference, I mostly played on Hurt Me Plenty. I started on Ultraviolence, but I was getting my ass kicked so hard that I had to turn it down so I could finish it in time for this review. Doom Eternal is mainly about the campaign, with the Doomslayer returning to end the demonic attacks on Earth and destroying some greater celestial powers along the way. While a lot of the greater lore is still in the background, Doom having always been a gameplay-first series, the story is very prevalent throughout, frequently pausing the gameplay to drop exposition or to relive Doom Guy's memories as we learn his origins and becoming the Doomslayer. I do generally like the plot and that they tried to characterize Doom Guy more. I mean, that would make it easier to get into Smash. But some of the cutscenes, especially the ones where Doom Guy talks, I don't know, I'm still unsure how I feel about it. It feels a little too sincere alongside the ridiculous and over-the-top nature of the game as a whole. But the story can generally be put aside if the rest of the game is good, and it is. I had a great time playing through it. The presentation goes a long way in making it more memorable for me than Doom 2016. While that game had like 2.5 different settings, every mission of Eternal has a rich, unique location with tons of personality, whether it's a destroyed human city, ancient ethereal castles, or exploded fragments of Mars. The music also kicks ass once again with amazing guitar, both intense and subtle. It sometimes feels a little less masterfully intercut than it did in Doom 2016, but with tracks like The Only Thing They Fear Is You, you cannot deny how awesome it is. Everything is turned way up in Eternal, especially the vibrant colors, which helps sharpen the battlefield as you're searching for health and ammo. The amplified vibrance partially comes from the game's overarching philosophy of making everything feel more video gamey. Weapon pickups, platforming obstacles, secrets, it all feels very self-aware in a successful attempt to reach its highest potential. It didn't always work for me though. Some of the aforementioned platforming felt a little weird and clunky to me, leading to some really annoying losses of health, as did some of the button hunting sections revolving around fast-paced wall climbing. I just sometimes couldn't find the jump points on walls, and I'm not sure if it's because I'm just stupid or if some of them aren't identifiable enough in snap decision jumping. The hub world adjacent Fortress of Doom also didn't do a whole lot for me. These small grips aside, the moment-to-moment gameplay is still as enthralling as ever. The action is very visceral and satisfying, with each weapon bringing its own utility and flair to a situation. It took me a little bit to get used to using all the new extras like the flame belch and the grapple, but once I did, I felt my skill and my success rate go up drastically. I also found myself discovering secrets and unlocking weapon mods way more than I did in 2016. And again, I don't really know if that's because I was more alert for it this time or if they made them easier than that game. I enjoyed all the enemy variants, though I felt that there was a couple that could have been designed a bit differently to stand out more, like the teleporting prowlers. And the bosses were all fun and challenging and unique enough, even if some of them shared the same green eye gimmick, and the Marauder was a major pain in crowded combat encounters. And I think that's it. Oh, right, the multiplayer. The developers made an admirable decision to not just throw in a generic arena multiplayer for the sake of it, instead opting to create a new experience called Battle Mode, with 2v1 Slayer vs. Demon gameplay. I thought it would feel tacked on and pointless, but it's fun. You get in and out of matches really quickly, which I appreciate, and it's easy to jump into the demon role without knowing much. I feel very similar about both of the Doom games, but I think Doom Eternal is going to stick with me a little more over time. I'd rate them about the same though, so I'm giving Doom Eternal an 8.5 out of 10. And done.